Clark and Lois talk about the people of Smallville leaving. Edge moves on Metropolis to put his plan into motion. Clark loses someone very precious to him. Hello, everybody. I'm Steve from VALHARTV, and today I'll be reviewing Superman and Lois, episode 14. It's the penultimate episode. I will never probably be able to pronounce that word right. And this whole season has been building up to Edge becoming the Eradicator. So this is the best episode, I think, out of all of them. Edge has tried to find another way to do what his father wanted him to do this whole time. And when he can't get Superman to help him, he finally gives in and says that his father's way is the only way. And we really get to see that in this, in the very beginning of this episode. As he's taking in the sun's power, we really get to hear all these voices, and we get flashbacks of everything that he's basically failed at. This is his father, basically kind of doing these things. That's what I got the impression of. So we really get to see this whole thing finally culminate into what it was going to be the entire season, which was great. And meanwhile, this is happening. Smallville has become a powder keg in the aftermath of Edge and what he did to, the people of Smallville, his employees, experimenting on him and putting Kryptonian minds in theirs. And, the townsfolk are up in arms. They want answers, and they want the DOD out. And we see General Lane not really willing to give anything. He gives the standard speeches in this one part where they hold a town hall meeting. And Lois isn't really having it anymore. She knows that these people are gonna be up in arms if they don't get actual answers. So she starts giving them, which I thought was phenomenal. So she literally stands up to not only her father, but the people of Smallville, trying to get them answers, and I thought it was great. Now, in this episode, I really did actually like the Lane and Kyle storyline. In this episode, it really shows their lives are drastically affected by the actions of extraordinary people like Superman and Edge, and the things that they're willing to do, for their ideals. And it really, their whole storyline throughout this whole this whole season has really kind of shown me, especially in this episode, that they're an integral part of the story, and it's their part is what kind of grounds the story a little more. So I don't want to say that they're mundane, but their ordinary lives help put everything in perspective, I feel like, throughout the whole season now, especially in this episode, where they're trying to get out of Smallville because nobody seems to want them there, but then they're having second thoughts and all of this that's going on. And then we get Edge looking like this, and it's absolutely phenomenal that we see what he's truly finally become. And another thing I did like about this episode as well is that Jonathan and Jordan actually get to be teenagers in this episode. They actually get to hang out with friends and do other stuff, and do other stuff. And they really get to try to live just as normal people, even if it's only for a few hours. And it really is only for a few hours. And we really get to see in another part where Jonathan feels really helpless, and then it gets kind of reaffirmed to him that he is just a ordinary person, and I think it really bothers him. And like for me, I've had mixed feelings, especially about Jonathan in this. He's been an integral part. He's been a fantastic part, but he's never once really gotten a break for more than maybe like, maybe a few hours in the in the episode, because we really don't get to see like time progression, like we do in real life. So like I feel like they've given him a break here and there, but then they just go right back to showing him like how ordinary he is and how powerless he is. And that's why even in this episode he's trying to hang out with John Henry and learn from him so he can get, he can be better prepared and like help protect the people he loves. And everybody's like, no, go and be a teenager. Go out and just live your life like a normal kid. And, nothing is normal. Especially with Edge running around still, nothing is normal. And towards the end of this episode, everybody starts to realize that fact, and it's wildly crazy in this. Then, I'm telling you right now, the cliffhanger for this episode was absolutely amazing. It came straight out of left field. Like, I didn't see it coming at all. And then all of a sudden, boom, it happens. And it's probably one of the best cliffhangers that this season has had so far. And they've had some good cliffhangers. Like, almost every episode has been a cliffhanger. But this one just takes the cake for all of it. It sets up the finale of this season, I think, really well. And it really shows that there's a tiny bit of Tal-Ro left, of Edge left in the Eradicator. And he's kind of going after Superman and everything, that Superman holds dear. So we really get to see that. Now, the effects in this episode, I thought were really well done. I thought they were great. Edge looks broken and more powerful than ever. Again, in this episode, or this picture right here, we can see cracks with power seeping through, from it. And I think it's awesome. And he also has new abilities and new powers that he exhibits throughout the whole episode, which I thought was great. I actually really liked these special effects. And then we also get, certain events too that happen where Lois goes up to the roof of a building, just like on John Henry's world. So I thought that was awesome too, the way they played that out. Now, the acting in this was great all around. We get both Jonathan Jordan trying to, be teenagers for just a few hours, and we get Lois standing up to her father, trying to get answers for the people of Smallville so they don't turn and, tear each other apart or tear the town down, And we see General Lane, who's like, I'm not going to give out secrets to people. And he actually even says something similar to that in one part of the show. So I thought that was absolutely great, They're showing everything starting to finally come together. All the threads that they've weaved throughout the whole season are finally coming together, and we're really seeing people start to lose control of everything. And Lois and Clark are both powerless to really help, and try to stop this everything from happening. And it's absolutely fantastic in this. So everybody in this I thought was fantastic. Even Kyle and Lana were fantastic in this. Just the fact that they're trying to get on with their lives, trying to move on, whether it's from Smallville or from everything that Edge has done, so everything that's culminated in their lives are finally coming together too, and it's great. So the war has finally begun, and Edge is starting to make more Kryptonians. We're seeing that right off the bat, and nobody knows who they are because they look like ordinary people, just like Superman does, and he's also, like, again, bent on hurting Superman and taking everything from him. We really get to see that in this episode, especially for the cliffhanger. Thought it was phenomenal. I would give this episode easily an 8.5 to a 9 out of 10. Probably one of the best episodes I've seen for this show. And it's unfortunate that they keep throwing weeks in between, like the episodes. Like, we've only had 2 episodes left, and they put like a week or 2 in between this episode, and then next episode's finally coming out next week. They shouldn't have done that. I think that really kind of hurts the ratings for the show, especially when you get back into watching it, and then all of a sudden, after like a month of hiatus, and then all of a sudden, boom, you have like a week or 2 off again, and it's like, what are you doing? These episodes are already filmed. We know that. Just put them out. Stop doing that, because you're going to start losing people because of that. And I don't know what CW's doing, because this is by far their best show. And that's what's disappointing, is that their other shows have not been as good as this. So, yeah, I don't know. But if you guys like what I do, please hit the like button and subscribe. And leave a comment down below. Let me know what you thought about this episode. Take care for now, everybody.